So I would like to start with a very special story. Little Dirk's girlfriend, India Royale, says she doesn't care about being the sixth baby mother. The sixth. The one, two, three, four, five, sixth baby mother. In her tweet, she said, "Y'all can't make me mad about being the sixth BM. I knew I was going to be that when I chose parenthood over Planned Parenthood. I'm the BM, the obsession, lover, friend, authorized user on bank cards, and beneficiary. Talk to me nice, bees."
She's a BM, all right. a big moron. I don't know who this young lady is. I don't know who Lil Durk is. I already aged out nonsensical music like that. So
I just can't believe the pride in being the sixth baby mother. How much are you getting? Because there's six other heifers drawing off their account for not just them, but their kids. And let's not forget about the side hussies that, in the words of Cynthia, are waiting in the wings like Shamia.
the sixth baby mama. I mean, if that's a badge of honor for her, it's a come up. It was probably a life goal for her to just be set. I don't know. More power to her.
I don't think she's going to be set. I mean, we don't know who Little Dirk is, so chances are the charts don't know either. So he may have a little money now, but we know how rappers' money works. After 30, they're broke.
Let me just Google right quick, because I mean it is free. So let me this is a man, right?
Yes.
Huh. An American rapper, singer, and songwriter. He's associated with the likes of King Von, Lil Baby, Zayden Banks, Quando Rondo, Pooh Shiesty. You know what? I'm sorry to that man.
Pooh Shiesty. I think Disney needs to sue. I don't want anybody messing with my Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, next topic.
Tierra Marie will allegedly appear on Marriage Boot Camp. Now, I want to know how someone so unmarried, someone so single, someone who can't keep a man like Kenya is now going to be on Marriage Boot Camp. Is she going to be back with Akbar and that throuple?
I hope not. And I saw a recent picture of her and she looks amazing. So I thought she was on the right track. But, you know, when that reality check calls, I mean, a check is a check.
Especially after the panning.
That's a good point. It's a good point. A good 5 figures, you know, will do that.
And after taxes, it'll be a cute foe.
Did you see the SWV and Escape versus?
No, I did not. I plan on catching the rewatch.
Yeah, catch the rewatch. It was really good. SWV came out swinging in the second half. A lot of people were concerned about Coco and like where her mind was because it looked like she wasn't feeling it. And then afterward, all these ungrateful Gen Zers feel bad now because she experienced a murder at her hotel that she was staying at before the verses happened. That's why she was like not in the right frame of mind.
Oh, and Coco also, I love Coco. Coco can sing. I love SWV, but I've watched them reality shows and Coco has had an attitude since she came out the puss.
Oh no, what reality show she was on?
They did a whole, they did like 2 seasons of like SWV following them around. I think they were getting with another group. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I think it was just the SWV reality show. It was on We.
Of course. Women exploited. I tell you. But yeah, I guess I didn't see that, so my image of SWV has not been tarnished. But I did support them. I bought their merch. Actually, this morning, they came out with the little hoodies, y'all, that they wore during the verses. I really wanted one. So can't wait till that gets in. Oh, Tiny. I forgot to mention that. So Tiny, she did a good job. Like she was singing. Sometimes I really do forget that Tiny knows how to sing. Isn't that wonderful? She's going to be in Sing Sing soon, too. She was singing like it was her last day on stage, though. So I was like, maybe it is. You just never know.
She put some stank on it.
Yeah. And I mean, Candy was Candy. She was a professional. I just really think Escape kind of cheated. Like they played 6 songs that wasn't theirs. Like they played Bills, Bills, Bills. They played No Scrubs. They played Mariah Carey's was it Heartbreaker remix? No, it was the Dream Lover remix.
So it was a celebration of Candy's writing credits.
That too. They even played that when she popped up like in that little.
She at least sang on that one. Yeah, she gave you. She gave. I can't do it that much either.
Because this is pretty low. It's a little countertop, but
you and that booty.
Yep, she played that too. Oh, and when you're out in the club, don't think I'm not. She played that too. I was like, oh my God, okay, they cheating now.
That's cheat-tay-tay. That's like accrediting Beyonce's singles to Destiny's Child. Like Till the End of Time, her songs from 4, her rendition of the national anthem. That's all pure Beyonce. I'm saying something nice about her and there's no shade coming.
Yeah, let's move on before there is. And we know y'all waiting on the big story, but we're gonna let some of y'all get into the room while we're doing these stories.
In good news, Phylicia Rashad is returning to Howard as a Dean of Fine Arts.
I can totally see that.
If there's anyone I would want to learn the craft of acting from, it's Phylicia Rashad, because she's not only had a 30, 40-year career, but the woman has range. She played America's mother. She was Michelle Obama before we got to meet Michelle Obama. She played her on TV. And then when she left The Cosby Show, she's given us great roles where she shows us, oh no, I can be as evil as they come. And I love it. I love seeing her as the villain. When she was the villain on Empire, I said, ooh, oh.
She was good. That was when I still watched Empire. I think that was like around season 2, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and in A Fall from Grace, she was excellent. Now the wigs weren't, but she was.
She was also in For Colored Girls, wasn't she?
Oh, she was amazing in For Colored Girls.
Yeah, the movie was not amazing, but you know, she's a great actress. I think Debbie Allen could even do it too with be at Harvard.
Debbie Allen has her own dance school. I love Debbie Allen so much, but I'm also mad at her that she just went behind the scenes. And I'm like, we needed you on camera. She gave us relax, relate, release on A Different World. Like and then she was on In the House and I loved her character so much, but she'd always sneak behind the scenes and direct and make more money. And I'm like, that's wonderful, but we'd love to see your talent on stage. We miss you, we love you, and we need you.
When I got a little bit older, that's when I realized, oh, Debbie Allen's a dancer, like a dancer. I knew her as the actress.
When you've had careers as long as Debbie Allen and Phylicia Rashad, you've done a little bit of everything. They can sing. They're from the era of when you had to be a triple threat, when you had to sing, dance, and act. They're Broadway girls.
Especially being a Black woman in that industry, you had to be perfect.
Yep.
So this is a topic that definitely you're going to be affected by. So Chick-fil-A is no longer giving out multiple sauces. They're having a sauce shortage, believe it or not. Did you hear about that? You're going to get 1 sauce per order of nuggets. And I'll be goddamn if that happens for me. And I know how you are with your sauces. I've seen it in action.
Well, sadly, they don't even have Chick-fil-A out here. Like I have to go all the way out to San Bernardino or something. I have learned how to make my own Chick-fil-A sauce. So they can be stingy all they want. But with my new air fryer and my homemade recipe, I don't even need to go to Chick-fil-A anymore. So they can keep their tired little sauces. But actually, I think this is a shrewd business move because what they started doing about 6 months ago was selling their sauce in stores. So there's no shortage. They're just going to make you pay.
I bought some Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce, actually. It's really good. I just bought me some like waffle fries from the store. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's also a couple shortages right now. There's a gas shortage in Atlanta. I'm going there in 2 weeks, so hopefully that doesn't affect me. And then there's an alleged chicken shortage too. I think that's
There's
nationwide.
there's been a chicken wing shortage for a minute. I actually went to the store to try to get some chicken wings, just came home with thighs. They didn't have any chicken wings. They didn't have chicken wings at Whole Foods.
What?
Yes, there is a chicken wing shortage. The restaurants have bought them all up. We were all at home last year eating wing after wing after wing, and now there are no more. I mean, Whole Foods, and this is the nice Whole Foods. This is on 15th and Market.
I can just imagine how the city of Atlanta is doing right now with Chick-fil-A sauce shortage, the gas shortage, and a chicken wing shortage.
You're heading into chaos.
I really am. I'm going to document all of it, y'all. I'll be reporting live from Fulton County.
Ooh, and
I'll
Fulton,
be there too. So I'll be doing pop roast from there.
and Fulton County's really been spreading some business.
Oh, yes. I mean, since we're in Atlanta right now, I mean, we can talk about it.
But no, we got a couple more stories to cover.
Okay.
In white women news, Lisa Vanderpump sees Kyle at dinner and sends the bill to her table.
You're lying. I did not see that.
It's on TMZ.
Wow.
So here's the deal. Lisa and her husband, Ken Todd, the one who says,
Kyle.
We're dining at the Ritzy Shoe restaurant on Monday in Los Angeles, where Kyle was also having dinner with a Housewives executive producer. We're told Lisa and Ken sat several tables over, and Lisa never went to Kyle's table to say hello, nor did Kyle pay a visit to Lisa's, for obvious reasons. But the EP, who also produces Vanderpump Rules and Overserved, did notice Lisa and said a quick hello. Now get this, when Lisa and Ken were done with their dinner, we're told Lisa instructed the server to send over their $132 tab to the executive producer because she has a playful relationship with him. The server obliged, but we're told that Kyle and the exec both refused to pick up the tab. That measly $132, y'all ain't.
I mean, when you don't like somebody, I wouldn't pay your McDonald's bill. So I can see that. That was very petty. Did she really just leave? Did she not pay it?
No, she left a cash tip and an imprint of her credit card in case the tab wasn't picked up. She's like, I'm not about to embarrass myself in this restaurant, but here you go. And I'm sorry, really, Kyle? Really, a paltry $132? What would the tip been on that? 30? So you couldn't spend 164?
I wouldn't put that on Kyle because Lisa didn't even go to the table to speak to her. And Lisa is the one that ended the friendship with Kyle. So I would be damned if I would pay her bill as she walks out. Ridiculous. Speaking of that, I am excited that next week we do get the first episode of the new season of Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, that's next week, so fast.
Yep, next Wednesday.
Well, that's wonderful. I can't wait to see Garcelle in her second season. And actually, I'm looking forward to Sutton.
They have a really genuine friendship between the two of them. And I think that's because Sutton, when she came on, like she was unapologetically herself and she wasn't tiptoeing and walking on eggshells around Garcelle. The other women, they were so concerned about their image and how they were going to come off treating Garcelle that they didn't even have a real relationship with Garcelle. So it makes sense to me that her and Sutton are close because the other women were being fake.
That does make sense. And you know, Sutton, as a Southern woman, she's like, I know how not to be racist.
Exactly.
She's like, I may not know what Fenty is. That doesn't make me racist. I just wasn't up on it.
Mm-hmm. Or
Or does that make her racist?
the jury's out. I'm not going to invite her to the barbecue just yet. I'll give her a to-go plate though.
I'll let her stop by with dessert. For dessert. Not, you ain't coming to the whole barbecue. You can come by after for dessert. You can bring a pie and we'll see
I
how
don't know. Like, you think she know about sweet potato pie? Because I can see her bringing like a blueberry pie, apple pie.
My grandmother made both blueberry and apple pies, and they were the best in the world. So that's what we're not going to do. That's what we're not
I'm
going to
just saying, in the
She
South.
made sweet potatoes. She made pumpkin. My grandmother literally made every pie that was possible. She even made rhubarb once.
Okay. I would say peach cobbler for me, or sweet potato pie, pineapple upside down cake, a sakatami cake. That's like more so in my region of the United States.
See, because your people are from Louisiana. My grandmother was from Mississippi.
Ah,
So she just did all the pies. She did do an amazing Sprite cake. She didn't really do peach cobbler though. That was my mother. But also my grandmother baked bread, like rolls and biscuits. So I'd say because Sutton's Southern, she probably knows something about a sweet potato pie.
I think so too, because she did know about the kitchen. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hold up, what you know about that?
Like you a secret AKA.
Let's not go too far ahead of ourselves.
She gives me the white girl in the black fraternity.
I mean, I started out not liking her at all, and she just grew on me.
Like a mold.
In Sheree's house. Oh my God, some tea. So everyone knows I'm going to Atlanta in a few weeks, and someone emailed me Sheree's address. Now, I appreciate that, y'all, but don't do that, please.
That's not, we don't do that over here. Like, we'll go to Fulton County and get some public court documents because that's public record. But we're not going to anybody's house, and we don't encourage you to go to anyone's house.
Exactly.
Don't show up at my house. Don't show up here. That's why I got them gate. Don't show up here. Don't show up at Chris's house. Well, Chris got a doorman who will turn you away.
Yes. Yes. Moving on up. Yeah, I won't be going on anyone's private property.
Right. You saw Sheree. We don't play in court. Sheree put other people in court over visiting her home. And ain't nobody going to Moore Manor. You might get shot. Or actually, actually, if you went to Moore Manor, Kenya would just trap you and try to turn you into her husband.
Yeah, I saw that little, that security footage where she brought a gun out, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, however I feel about her on TV, in real life, it might be different. I might say hello to Kenya, but when she shows to me on TV, it's a different thing.
Now, she was lovely at BravoCon. She was absolutely lovely at BravoCon.
Right. But on the show, not so much.
Right. I would say this. I want to meet BravoCon Kenya. I could sit down and have tea with her, but the show Kenya, no, you got to leave her and them black-eyed knees on the show. I can't do that.
Because people think I hate her. And it's like, no, she's a villain in the show.
We talk about who causes the most drama. Like, we used to talk about Nene all the time. Nene Leakes is a moose. Nene isn't on the show.
Right back. So, yeah.
Nobody's talking about Nene's antics. No, Nene, when Nene does an antic off the show, we might have to mention it on here. But we don't talk about her anymore because now Kenya is the new Nene. Kenya wants to be the name on everyone's lips, and she does that with her antics and her failed marriages. Well, her failed marriage, just one failed marriage. Porsha's about to have two.
That is the perfect segue.
So since we're here, Porsha.
Porsha. Oh my goodness. I just don't even know where to begin. I mean, you can start it off.
Let's start with the ring didn't mean a thing because you're wearing Fallon's.
Allegedly, it's not. She said she posted it on Twitter and said it's not the same, but it's the same cut though.
It's the same cut. It's the same band. I know everybody wants to be Beyonce, and that's the Beyonce style ring. And I guess she really wants to be Beyonce because she also married someone hideous. But really, you couldn't get something round cut or cushion cut. You really had to single black female this moment and steal this woman's ring. I'm sorry, I can't tell the difference. I would have to go up to you with a jeweler's loupe and inspect both rings to see what the different inclusions and colors were. But it really looks like you've moved her out of the house and yourself into the marriage bed. in 30 days. I mean, that bed is still hot. She's still hot in the sheets from that bed. Them sheets is still warm from her body. There's still her hair in that bed. There are still her scrunchies in the bathroom. You ain't even gotten that woman's smell out of your house yet. Her perfume still reeks through that house, and you just moving in. Hussy.
So, I mean, the internet was just, it sent shockwaves almost. And she was trending for, I think, 2 days over this. I don't really know what to say. Like, I'm really disappointed. I thought Porsha would make better decisions. I'm not sure who's in her camp. Because if this was my friend, I would say, girl, first off, let me say that I do believe her when she said Fallon and her weren't friends, because that's been like shown as a fact that the producers brought on Fallon and it was like they introduced her and Porsha right then and there. So I believe that, because behind the scenes, reality TV is a little fake. So, but still, it's just so messy. You've been in this woman's house, the pool. I just don't get it. And then the timelines aren't matching up. It's just really not, because, you know, Instagram, people can always go back and see. Like, I think they ended in January. We talked about Fallon's messy divorce, and now it's even messier. Like maybe 1 or 2 episodes ago. They said they broke up in January, but then in the same month, you have Porsha and him on vacation, I think. Like, I'm not sure, because she said they dated for a month.
She gave a 30-day window like Phaedra gave a 5-month window for a 9-month baby. You're absolutely right. The math doesn't add up, and there's whispers that Porsha is preggers.
Yes, I saw that Instagram story that she had, and I hope not. I really, really, really hope not. It's just...
Well, I mean, if she's gonna have a baby, let her go on and have one by somebody richer.
So Porsha, I would say, judging from Dennis to this man Simon, she does not have, looks doesn't matter to her. It seems like that. And Dennis and Simon are in the same picture. Like, the only reason Fallon and Porsha met was through Dennis and Simon. They were friends, actually. So I am just so perplexed by this. Dennis is just like, well, it ain't my problem. I think Dennis already got somebody, so he just don't care.
I think that Dennis does give off that energy where he's just like, oh, I don't have to deal with this relationship anymore. We can co-parent. You can yell at his butt now. You ain't got to yell at me.
And Simon, he looks like a polished trick daddy.
A polished trick. Yeah, he does have a shine to him. He also, I wonder, is he going to be the next Penelope Thomas Bailey? Because, you know, Porsha, is she just going to leave the show? Because he wouldn't come on with Fallon. So is he going to give Porsha his plot line?
Well, he was on the show with Fallon.
Barely.
Like, the way he was staring at them, though, while they were at the pool, I mean, I'm guessing that was like the signs right there.
I mean, maybe that wasn't the first time that her and Simon had met.
I don't know, but Simon said that Fallon cheated on him.
I heard that too, all through the marriage. Now, Fallon, I don't know her enough to say she gives me an unfaithfulty, but you clearly married this man for his money. Like, the only way people like Simon is how he looks at the bank. Like, you ain't got to look at him, just look at that bank. Look at the private jet. Look at the pool and the hot tub overlooking the pool. Yeah. Although I got to say, you ain't coming to my house and swimming in my heated pool and stealing my man. I'm sorry, Fallon better than me, because I would have ran somebody over. It would have been a womp, 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 womp. It would have been, oh, y'all together? Okay, you know what? We gonna test that till death do y'all part.
And the way Fallon came after LaToya with the golf club, it looked like she don't play, but that's why the story isn't making sense to me, because I'm thinking maybe Fallon doesn't care herself.
She only got $200,000 leaving that marriage, so she cares. She cares.
And also, there's some fake tea that came out, and it showed that Fallon was proposing to this man, but we found out later that this was old footage. And then there was another bit of tea, which is allegedly, I don't know yet, that she slept with Simon's assistant, and allegedly she's pregnant by the assistant. That would be even messier too. So that's the thing, like, I want to wait to pass judgment on all of this until more tea comes out, because something just ain't right. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean.
Well, we'll see if Porsha is actually pregnant, because she's not going to be able to lie about that. And if she's showing, she's already a couple of months, because you don't show for the first 2 months usually.
Right. I mean, 3, you don't.
I mean, I've never been pregnant.
Right. Because you can't get pregnant.
In the anus.
Correct.
From the streets of New York all the way out to Vegas. It doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're famous, because you can't get someone pregnant in the anus. But A1 did try. A little ad-lib.
So Fallon came out with a statement, and she said, "I want to thank everyone for reaching out to me and offering their love and support. At this time, I am focusing on finalizing my divorce, which I can't believe it's not even finalized yet, and healing. Sending positivity to all of you." Now, under this, in the comments, who is definitely kikiing, is Miss Kenya Moore, because she has been getting her life from this. And she put, "The actual wife has spoken."
Now, she really wants to talk about an actual wife when you can't even cohabitate with your husband who don't claim you or your baby. At 50? Now, if you made that mistake at 30, if you was running around at 22 like the 6th baby mama of Little Dirk, I could understand and forgive the overexuberance of youth and all. But at 50, you are in the most fucked up marriage we have ever seen, but you want to talk about the actual wife speaking. I mean, you're a wife in name only. So I guess you get to be an actual wife. Now, is Mark cheating on you? Mark keeps his business out the street, but I'm sure he's getting it from somewhere since he's not giving it to you.
And right when that news dropped, she posted some shade. She posted Nicki Minaj saying, "Did I lie? Did I lie?" Now, see, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because Kenya stans are getting their life right now. Now, I'm not sure what Kenya is vindicated from, because it doesn't change the fact that she deserved to get her ass dragged when she had a microphone in Porsha's face. It doesn't change the fact that she's been an asshole throughout the season. It doesn't change the fact that she bullied Kim Fields. It doesn't change the fact that, she got into it with a lot of other successful Black women, because she doesn't support other women because she gets jealous or intimidated, like, Sherry Shepherd or Vivica A. Fox.
Sherry Shepherd tried to return sender on a baby, so I'm sorry, but it's always fuck Sherry Shepherd with me. You ain't gonna order a baby and then try not to take care of it because you married a bum and you knew he was broke from the beginning. And again, you another heifer over 45 where you shouldn't be making these kind of stupid mistakes. If you want to go on and buy some dick, buy some dick. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but no, you gonna pay on the front and the back end.
The Barbs stormed my inbox. Well, not my inbox. They stormed my timeline. And the thing is, I can't see any of the quote tweets. So they really thought they got me. But when I looked at it, I was like, oh, okay, it's from the Barbs. It's a lot of destitute comments. And of course, they're uneducated. So it was a lot of homophobic comments too. I was called a queer. I was a sissy, all that. They try to go for my age too.
How do they even know how old you are?
I'm guessing because they see some of the gray streaks in my hair and they think that means I'm elderly or some shit. I posted, "Barbs and Kenya Moore fans are one and the same. Just excuse after excuse for their fave." And that's a fair critique. I didn't call any of the women out their name. I went after the fan base. And you know what? Hit dogs will holler. So I have 114 quote tweets. Let's see. Some of them said, "Hope you happy about the attention you about to get, ugly. It's always a struggling middle-aged man who likes booty hole pipe invasion. Y'all just like attention. We celebrate Nikki dropping this week and minding our business." It's a lot. "Was it worth it, dummy? Barbs ain't mind a bit." One of them says, "Now you have me fucked up." So I responded because a lot of people were telling me, "Oh, the Barbs are coming for you." I'm like, well, I can't see it, so it's whatever. But I put no idea how many quote tweets this accrued because I don't get notifications for it. Just proving my point how toxic, delusional, and destitute most of that rap ladies fans are. And I stand corrected.
Shouldn't they be buying tickets to her shows? Oh, that's right. Her last tour with Future was canceled. Shouldn't they be writing the Grammys, telling them to give their fave the award that she deserves? I mean, if you're a real stan, there are so many other things you could do than worry with you. I mean, you just one simple tweet. It's like Angel blocking me. I didn't even say anything about it.
Is that the new Janet?
Well, you see, he didn't lure me and Maddie Rance out to a park in the middle of August, wasting a day of vacation to stand for 3 hours and then try to get me to perform for free. He just blocked me and moved on. Janet tried to con me.
Okay. But yeah, Kenya really reveled in this. And again, like Bolo, this situation had nothing to do with her.
She wants Porsha's puss. She wants that. I mean, she is minding her pussy. That is the only way to describe this. She is so worried about what goes on in Porsha's house betwixt Porsha's legs. I've been watching the show for years. If she fucked Bolo or not, I don't care. It's like, okay, she had a moment with the stripper. She's single as a dollar bill. Taking care of herself. She ain't in debt news. Her taxes is paid. So let her do what she wants. Kenya, why do you care? When you've got your own man to worry about, why don't you revel in your marriage? Why don't you revel in Mark being a good father? Oh, that's right, because you can't, because those things aren't happening in your life.
And the thing is, like, you're trying to like paint Porsha as this mistress, but didn't you bring the cookie lady around a cast member and was trying to tee-hee-hee and get somebody back? So which is it?
Didn't you try to steal Apollo from Phaedra? We saw on camera how you left Walter and ran and flirted with Apollo, had him all hands up on your butt, jumping in pools and whatnot. We saw how desperate you were for another woman's husband.
They're saying Porsha should have got with Mark. And I'm like, that's not in her tax bracket.
Really, she's like, I'm messing with millionaires. Mark, I don't know what he got, but I'm sure Simon has more. Also, Mark can't treat Kenya right, so why am I going to run over to him? If he can't treat her right, what you think he's going to be different with me? He's already a known loser, a piece of shit husband who won't even cohabitate with you. I'm not putting up with that. At least Porsha has standards. Porsha's men get engaged to her in public. They get on page 6. Porsha's men claim her. Kenya has to pay her men, and they still they kind of claim her, they kind of don't. You're kind of married, you're kind of not. And Kenya, before you talk about an actual wife, I'm going to need to see an actual marriage certificate. I still don't believe that you are legally married. There is no proof. There is no evidence. So until you have your license, you a mistress to me too, running up after somebody's ex-husband. You did the same thing. How long was Mark divorced before you got with him, with your little 30-day fiance T? You ran and got pregnant in 10 minutes, so how you gonna talk about Porsha?
The thing is, with people that don't like Porsha, I'm just trying to wonder, like, what did this girl do? Now, outside of season 9, yes, I get it. It was shitty. But other than that, even when she came on in season 5, like, what did she do exactly besides being ditzy? And because she's definitely grown. Like, because she had every right at this past reunion to charge at Kenya, but she didn't.
Well, it was the Vi, so, she didn't want to make herself sick.
But I think she's at a point where Kenya's antics sincerely does not bother her anymore.
Clearly not with a husband worth $40 million and a new private jet.
Right?
Ooh, and Kenya, you thought you was taking that little Delta Connect flight. Now she gonna have a real private jet. She gonna hit you with the Monique. I have 4 homes. Let's just see. Well, also though, let's see if Porsha can seal the deal, because the only person you successfully married was a sissy.
And she didn't come out with nothing from that.
I mean, didn't leave. Ooh. Put her out on the street. She wants to talk about Kenya's on the curb. You and your things were on the curb and you had to move them to your mama's house. So let's see if you can make this work with the millionaire, because you sure couldn't do it with Dennis.
Also, according to page 6, Porsha is getting a 3-episode spinoff. And I can see why Kenya is jealous of her. How many spinoffs has Kenya Moore had?
Goose egg.
Exactly.
You see, but Kenya didn't know how to play it. Kenya thought she was going to have this secret marriage and this hidden baby, and Bravo was going to cough up and raise her salary. And they said, no, you can actually take this season off. And then brought you back at $1 million less than what you were getting paid, with no spinoff, no programs, no promotion. Bravo's using Kenya. Kenya ain't using Bravo. Now, Porsha got Bravo eating out the palm of her hand. Another series. Is this her second or her third? She's catching up to Candy.
She's already had 2. So this would be her third. It's saying that it's being confirmed that she's set to start a 3-part Bravo series focused on her life. It was greenlit months ago. So it has nothing to do with this mess right now, a source says. The special is supposed to focus on Porsha, her activism, and her family. Bravo loves Porsha. I mean, she already has coined with that After show that she does with Giselle.
Oh, yeah.
So,
the one that nobody watches.
I mean, I watch it sometimes. I just be forgetting to DVR it.
I might start watching it, but it's Giselle, and that's always unpleasant for me. And then it's these random white heifers I don't care about. Is Melissa Gorga on it? I can kind of tolerate her.
She's not on that. Melissa's just going to be on that All-Stars vacation.
Okay. And let's also have a moment. Now, we got to big up Porsha for this. How did she keep this quiet? How? I mean, this is the definition of keeping your business out the street until you decide to put it in the street. She was at that reunion, and that's why I watched the third part after all the tea spilled. And the smile on her face, I'm like, that's why you smiling, because you kept this big-ass secret. And you kept it from Kenya.
Because they were so focused on Bolo. Still, she was a single woman. And what I don't get while we're talking about the part 3 reunion, the cameras were down. For me, that means they're off the clock. Like, are the cameras down in Kenya's home? Like, what if they filmed her taking a shit? Or like, if she was in her bedroom with somebody? Even though we know nobody's gonna be in the bedroom, but what if they did that? Like, or you're at work, Kenya, they gotta film you taking a shit. So it's not like they fucked in the living room. They were in a private, well, allegedly, if she did sleep with the stripper, like they were in a closed room. And why is it anyone's business?
Well, it seems like there was a lot going on in the living room because Cynthia was like, ooh, child, you had LaToya and then Porsha and then Kenya was waiting Shamia was waiting in the wings for her turn. So there were definitely some open lesbonics going on. But again, who cares? I mean, we've known that lesbonics have been going on ever since Candy said, Porsha, you and I made out, and you was trying to sleep with somebody else's wife. So we've known there were secret lesbonics. I mean, Cynthia's been open. She said, I've been with a woman before. Cynthia's daughter's open. It is what it is. But why do we care? Well, we don't care. Kenya cares, and Kenya cares because nothing's going on in her coochie, so she cares about others. She's like, oh, well, you're getting the action that I wish I was. Bolo didn't even give you the time of day. As usual, you had to pay. That's what Kenya is jealous of. These girls get free dick, and Kenya always got to shell out. Imagine looking like Kenya and still having to pay for penis. Up front, they make sure that check is cleared.
Well, speaking of the check clearing, let's take a time out and shout out our sponsors.
What is HelloFresh? Well, with HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking fun, easy, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh offers 25+ recipes that you can pick each week, from vegetarian, craft burgers, even gourmet. There's something for everybody to enjoy, and all of the recipes are designed and tested by professional chefs, nutritional experts to ensure that they are amazing and simple. HelloFresh's ingredients are sourced directly from the farm. They're delivered right to your door in under a week, contact-free, of course. HelloFresh has been Newsweek's most trusted meal kit of 2021, with over 4 million customers served.
So with my experience with HelloFresh, I got my box, and it was the meat eaters one, and the recipe I chose was the Tuscan garlic butter chicken. It came with the creamy kale and the paprika roasted carrots. And, you know, for me, this is something that I definitely wouldn't know how to fix myself. But they had everything laid out for me, all the fresh ingredients. The recipe, so simple. And it only took less than 45 minutes to make. Like, I know everyone is busy during the day, but definitely you have time with these HelloFresh meals. I enjoyed it. It was like I got it from a restaurant. I was so proud of myself because I cannot cook. So for y'all, I want y'all to go to HelloFresh.com/roast12 and use code roast12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/roast12 and use code roast12 for 12 meals, including free shipping. So make sure to try HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. So y'all know we not done with this story, right? Now, Marlo, I have not forgotten about you. Now, Marlo was kikiing in the comments too. She made an Instagram post and said, like, the audacity. Now, Marlo Hampton is talking about audacity. Sis has 7 mugshots and slashed the bitch in her face. Like, are you serious? She's talking about audacity.
The audacity of an escort to comment on a woman who's actually going to go into a real live union. Marlo, have you ever even been married? You always borrowing somebody else's husband and somebody else's bank account.
She went to jail for fraud or something, didn't she? Like writing bad checks?
Well, I mean, every Real Housewives of Atlanta, except for Kandi Burruss, has gone to jail for writing bad checks. Nene got a mug shot. Sheree got arrested back in Cleveland. I'm sure Kenya did something underhanded. She just ain't got caught. And we ain't even gonna talk about Phaedra sending Apollo to jail. Bad checks, bad VIN numbers. She sent that other heifer to jail too. I mean, Angela Stanton is an idiot and deserved to be in prison, but a mark and a moron, a true mark and a moron. Phaedra can find a mark and a moron.
That she can.
You know what? Actually, I need to call her because I have to hire some people and I need marks and morons. Patsies, flotsams and jetsams.
So, as I said with Porsha's new engagement, there has been some other mess. And did you see that this other woman has come forward who was also dating Simon? And this was recent, like around March 30th, they were dating. Like they have the proof, the video proof, she was in his Ferrari, chilling. I mean, you know the floozies are gonna come to the front and they see Porsha with a ring.
Well, I think Porsha is going to let him cheat in peace. She's like, I've got the ring. She's just like the 6th baby mama or the 3rd wife. She's, you know, I've got the ring. I've got the access. I'm the beneficiary. So let's see how long I can hold on to this. And, you know, her child support will be decent.
That's true. I mean, I think that lady just wanted some quick fame right quick to say, oh, me too. I was there. Like, okay, she got the ring.
Really, like I would quietly slink away if I was dating somebody and then they got engaged on me. Like you think you flaunting and flossing in a Ferrari and they giving a whole other woman a ring that they just met. So what does that say about you and your skills in a relationship? Because you're clearly a gold digger, but a bad one. You hit copper, aluminum. She's a gold digger who hit nickel.
She wanted to highlight how he was being contradictory, putting an engagement ring on somebody's finger when he's dating someone like her. Well, not someone like her, but dating multiple women as well as her.
Well, she clearly didn't have any commitment or exclusivity because they had been together for what, 10 minutes? Or was she cheating with the wife? Were you a mistress? Because was he still married when you were with him, blonde heifer? So if you're a mistress, I don't know how you think you're going to become a Mrs. Mistresses normally don't become Mrs. unless you're Porsha. You see, you didn't have the game right. You need to go to Porsha school. Porsha can teach you, and she just might charge.
What do you say to the people who think we're showing favoritism to Porsha?
How are we showing favoritism to Porsha when we've talked about the mess? We've talked about this for the majority of the episode. I mean, we haven't left Kenya alone because Kenya couldn't leave the situation alone. Now, Cynthia ain't said nothing. Cynthia is minding her business, worrying about her husband, her cohabitation, her daughter, her life. Cynthia is minding her business, so we're not talking about Cynthia. We're not showing favoritism. Cynthia just pulled her nose out that business. She said, "Ooh, I'm not getting involved in that. I'm zipping the lip. I'm shutting up because I have a whole husband to worry about." Now, if Kenya had a husband to worry about instead of the one that seems to be running from her, then maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't have time to focus on Porsha's pussy.
Well, you know, Candy and Drew, they were also silent and minding their business as well. It was only Kenya and Marlo who had, you know, something to say.
The husbandless only had something to say. The manless only had something to say. I mean, now what man has ever claimed Marlo in public? I don't care who pays her in private. What man has claimed her in public? The girls with husbands shut up. They're like, oh, well, that's how she, let me keep, they like, you know what, I'm going to keep my husband since I'm around this shark. I'm going to focus on my husband. Let me go sit on this lap for a minute. Make sure my marriage is together. Make sure my man doesn't have a wandering eye.
So one more comment we have from someone that's on Bravo was Dr. Contessa from Married to Medicine. She said she's looking at her friends differently now. Girl.
Oh, nobody wants your ugly ass husband. Contessa, please. One, Contessa, you don't want your husband. When you can be honest about the lesbian that you are or the bisexual woman that you are, then we can have an honest conversation. But until you and Britain come on out the closet, I don't want to hear anything from you. You don't want your husband. You'd be happy if one of your friends was fucking your husband because you don't want to fuck him. I don't want to fuck him either. I mean, he doesn't have a top lip. How did you find a black man without a top lip? That confuses me.
Well, I've been watching the show, and I mean, she will talk to anybody who will listen about how bad her marriage is. And she thinks her husband is cheating on her too. And it was like, how do you know that? She was just like, I'm just not leaving anything off the table. I don't know. I think she's trying to get out of the marriage.
And into Britain's bed. You see, Jackie and Simone almost got together, and Contessa and Britain's not going to leave her fine husband. So I feel like if Britain pop up single and Contessa pop up single, I think we know what's going to happen. But Contessa's, you know, she tried to get Britain on the show, but now I don't think they're going to have a third season of Married to Medicine Los Angeles. So Britain ain't going to be able to leave her man because then she's going to have to pay him half because I don't think he works. I think he's just fine for a living. And he's so fine, he could be fine for a living. If he was in my house, I'd be like, you ain't got to pay bill defer. Just keep looking like that. Would you charge him rent?
I mean, I definitely would. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not about to let no N-word fleece me.
That's not fleecing. It's not fleecing.
I don't know. He's still going to have to put his keep up. I don't care how fine you are, because I'm fine too. So
that's true. See, I don't look at you.
Only time. I'm humble, y'all.
I look at you like a younger brother.
I'm humble, y'all. Please don't attack me.
No, that's knowing your value.
Thank you.
I apparently don't know my value because of rent-free.
Stop. But this Porsha story is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm pretty sure next week some more tea is going to come. So this is an ongoing story, just like the Jussie Smollett case that's coming up. So yeah, stay tuned, y'all.
And if Kenya wasn't making this her plot line, we wouldn't be talking about her. If Marlo wasn't making this her plot line, we wouldn't be talking about her. So maybe they should, you know, focus on their men, or in Marlo's case, getting one. Mendecees has been granted approval to travel to Dubai for a vow renewal ceremony with Yandy. Yandy, you really gonna fly this fool to Dubai and spend Dubai money on him to renew vows with a man that said, I don't know if I could hold her down if she went to jail.
The life of a wife. Oh. She wanted to be a wife so bad. I mean, hey, he embarrassed her ass, and that's her life as a wife.
That is why sometimes you don't need to let your man come on camera.
It is what it is. I mean, apparently, like, she don't care, and if she's happy, be blessed.
Really, I'm glad I don't have to sleep with the run. If you want to do that, girl, that's you and his hairline going back like Sade's. If that's what you want, if that's what you think is attractive, wonderful.
Maybe the D is good.
I met him and I wasn't impressed.
Well, you didn't have his D though.
No, but I didn't want it.
Okay.
Like, I met him and I didn't like get like, you know how, okay, like when I met Joe Gorga at BravoCon, I was like, okay, I can see why Melissa is with him. Like, he had that energy. Mendecees didn't have that energy. He seemed diminutive.
Yep, I remember you saying that.
And I didn't get, like, I don't see why Yandy was like, ooh, him. Like, it's not even like a Johnny Depp or a Mark Anthony where it's like, okay, they're like skeletons, but like they have that je ne sais quoi. I did not get je ne sais quoi from him. I got regular 125th Street, and I'm like, girl, you could have done better than this, but you know.
Right, she's a successful, accomplished woman.
And smart.
Well,
not when it comes to love.
Right. So this is another big story of the week. Ellen DeGeneres is officially ending her talk show after
Thank God I can finally get my talk show on the air.
Well, you might have to fight Tiffany Haddish for it, but we'll get to that story next.
Tiffany Haddish and I do two different things. I'm a comedian.
The shade. Oh, that was shade. You gave. I could when Alex reads, he reads, and that was shade. Anywho, she said, when it's time, it's time. I'm not sure. I haven't been looking at her show, but it looked like she's been having a lot of guest hosts.
Because that story came out about the toxic workplace, and that's like so anti her brand, it was really dead in the water. It's lost half of its viewership. But I will also say Tiffany Haddish can't replace Ellen DeGeneres. Right. Like Ellen's her own thing. Like, I gotta respect Ellen. Like, yeah, she's made some mistakes. We all have, we're all human. But I cannot discredit what that woman has given to comedy, given to gay representation. Like, she was the first. We gotta give her that. No, Tiffany can't replace that. Tiffany's her own entity. Now, do I think can Tiffany carry a talk show? We'll see if she can carry one by herself, because that's a big order. Like, not that many people are getting shows by themselves. It's much more about the panel. It's much more about your views, your talks, your reels. Even Tamron Hall's show, and she's, an experienced journalist, is a bit shaky. So I don't know if Tiffany has the fan base, because also Ellen had a huge fan base before she started the talk show. Now, we like Tiffany, but I don't know if Tiffany, like, Ellen was like low-key Oprah. Ellen was a white Oprah. Tiffany, you're gonna have to really step it up to bring in those type of numbers every day. And a talk show is every day. I could see Tiffany doing a weekly nighttime show and really succeeding. But every day, daytime, I feel like Queen Latifah couldn't do it.
RuPaul couldn't do it.
RuPaul did it for a couple seasons, but yeah, that's right. RuPaul did try to have another show. I forgot about that.
Bethany couldn't do it. Kris Jenner couldn't do it. I remember that. Anderson Cooper couldn't do it. So yeah, that is a very hard thing to do. I mean, Wendy Williams, however, iron foot she is and crazy, she knows what she's doing. And talk show, it's hard. It really is hard. But Ellen was also sat down for an interview. And the thing is, accept accountability. And it looks like she wasn't. She says that the negative press cycle was orchestrated as well as misogynistic.
No. Ellen, everybody has said you're a dick. Everybody I know in the industry has said you're a dick. People are afraid of you, so they don't say it very loudly, but everybody's like, yes, you're a nightmare to work with.
She said, I really didn't understand it. I still don't understand it.
That sounds like white privilege to me, not understanding it.
Yeah, she said it was too coordinated. People get picked on, but for 4 months straight for me. And then for me to read in the press about a toxic work environment when all I've ever heard from every guest that comes on the show is what a happy atmosphere this is and what a happy place this is. Guests who don't work for you. So I didn't get that. Like, definitely white privilege when it comes to that. She also said, I don't know how I could have known when there's 255 employees here and there are a lot of different buildings unless I literally stay here until the last person goes home at night. It is my name on the show, so clearly it affects me, and I have to be the one to stand up and say this can't be tolerated. But I do wish somebody would have come to me and said, hey, something's going on that you should know about.
So she really wants to feign ignorance when you run the show? I ain't buying it.
I'm not buying it either. Like, I feel like the nice person is an act. Some of it. I don't know. You never want to meet your idols off of TV sometimes because you will get disappointed.
Yes, you will.
I can read your mind right now. I don't know, just the way. No?
No, I was just.
Oh, okay, okay.
What did you think? What did you think I was thinking?
I don't know. You just said it in a shady manner. I don't know.
It's a shady show. I'm on. I'm supposed to be shady. I'm not shading you.
Anywho, he said the show's going to go out with a bang. You know, there's going to be a lot of surprises. She's also going to be sitting down with Oprah herself.
Oh, unless she's going to go to the red table, we ain't going to get anything good. I want to see Ellen at the red table. Ooh, Ellen and Jada at the red table, just short hair and honest conversation. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of lesbonic energy.
Mm-hmm. Hard energy. Let's bring Rob Dixon in for balance.
Just make a panel out of it.
Yeah. Ooh.
So in other news, you know how we said that Tiffany Haddish might replace Ellen? This one is confirmed. Laverne Cox will be replacing Juliana Rancic on E! I think that's a good choice.
I'm so tired of her alien-esque face, those big, I mean, she looks like one of those 90s aliens, just the big eyes, the triangle chin. I just feel like I'm watching Unsolved Mysteries whenever I look at her. So it'll be good to see Laverne.
And I think she would be really good on the carpet.
Yeah. She's friendly. She knows what questions to ask. She's been doing this for a while. I think this is a great position for Laverne. And I love that Laverne came from I Want to Work for Diddy to now working the runway.
Yeah. Wow. Talk about the growth.
That was growth. Now that is when you take being on a reality show and parlay it into a whole career.
I mean, just some people just know they're destined for greatness.
And then some of us just fall into it.
True. And Juliana Rancic, she's going to be doing stuff for NBC Universal now. Like, she might be going behind the scenes, so you won't have to see her alien-esque face.
Oh, good. You know what? I bet you they're going to put her on Peacock.
She does look bird-esque as well.
You know, she could be the logo. Just put some colors in back of her. Peacock. Because she does have, it is very, the mouth is beak-esque, the big white, she does look like a peacock. Put her on Peacock.
Like if you put a beak on her, she looks like a bird. So speaking of NBC Universal, the Golden Globes have been canceled by NBC as the Hollywood Foreign Press tries to reform amid mounting controversy.
Well, we're tired of all-white award shows. So I'm glad that NBC is standing up and saying, we're not going to air this until you get it together. There's too much art out there from everybody that we don't just have to celebrate white art. Let's celebrate Black actors. Let's celebrate Asian creativity. Let's celebrate Latino creativity. How do we have such a large Latin population here and they ain't winning no awards either? They shutting everybody out. I want to see much more diversity.
Out of the 87 people that's behind it, no one was Black. Like, how?
Racism. That's how.
So simple of an answer, too. So yeah, NBC will not air the 2022 Golden Globes. Assuming the organization executes on its plan, we are hopeful we will be in a position to air the show in January 2023. I'm guessing they are going to be back on TNT like they were. Because no one really cared about the Golden Globes around the earlier 2000s. Like, that was just a glorified paperweight. So I'm glad they took that power away from them.
I mean, to say we're not even going to air you, yeah, that's letting you know you're on notice.
And they're not missing anything because award shows all around have just been tanking in ratings. I just think nobody wants to see it anymore, I guess. No one cares.
Well, now we have YouTube, so everybody watches it in clips. One, they don't put it on YouTube. Like, they need to broadcast all the award shows, they need to stream them. They're still trying to get people to subscribe to TV and all that crap. But two, people are only going to tune in for the awards that they care about. They're going to watch the little clip of, best actor, best movie, or whatnot, and then that's it. They get the list of who won, and then that's it. We don't have to sit and watch and wait for a newspaper anymore.
Right.
Ebony Williams hires a matchmaker after calling off her engagement. Would you ever hire a matchmaker?
If I knew I was going to get like quality prospects, then yeah, I would.
I would do the same. And then also, she's a known person. She doesn't have time to filter through the crap of Tinder and Grindr and whatever else.
Well, I'm sure she's not on those websites, but yeah.
Well, Tinder's for everybody.
Oh, that's true. I just heard Jack, and I was like, oh, well.
I didn't say Jack, but you heard it. That's funny.
What did you say? You said Grindr. Yeah.
I said Tinder, Grindr, and whatever else.
Oh, okay. See, Freudian slip. You tell where my mind is. Ebony is a really good-looking girl, and apparently she knows how to pick them too, because one of them was paying for her Tribeca apartment. You didn't see the last episode?
No.
Oh yeah, they show her apartment in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, and somebody else is paying for that.
Yeah.
See, I would rather go on and pay my own stuff, because you ain't never gonna get tired of me and just then say, okay, here's your rent. No, we ain't doing. I'd rather go on and know up front. I'd rather go on and be the one that pays. That way, if you just need to go, then you need to go. But my lifestyle ain't gonna change. My address ain't gonna change. The only thing that will change is you.
Are you watching Legendary?
It's back?
Yeah. There are 4 episodes up now. The season premiere, it was like a 2-part, and then they showed like the next episode. So it was 3 episodes they put out. And then they come out every Thursday on HBO Max. It's really good. And then they brought all the judges back. They brought scores in now where they rate from 1 to 10 now.
I missed Legendary last season, so I guess I'm going to have to start this season.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that'll be a cute companion to Pose. Now, I did see this week's Pose episode.
Much better.
And am I not Electra?
I can see that. I can see that now that I'm looking back at it. Thank you for bringing that up, because I know we roasted Pose last week, but this episode, I really liked it. And it was a joy seeing Candy back in whatever form.
In the live form, preferably, because that ghost Candy, that was a little much.
Yeah.
I hope Candy comes back on American Horror Story, because she did the thing on American Horror Story last year.
And another Ryan Murphy project as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once Ryan Murphy likes you, you are set.
And once he doesn't, you're Nene.
Oh.
Child, he left her like Halle Berry, like men leave Halle Berry.
He left her for dead.
She had to go back to Bravo, and even Bravo was like, yeah, your time's running low, girl.
But yeah, I can't wait to see how the story goes. I really can't.
In shows I might join, Legends of the Hidden Temple is coming back for adults.
Yes, that was my next story, actually. And such a smart decision to do that, because they know we as millennials, we give a shit about that.
That was one of the best shows, because you not only had to be physical, you had to be smart. Like, them trivia questions was good.
Right. And I can only imagine how scared I would be going through that temple and someone jumping out and grabbing you like that. I don't really have the best reactions to that, so you might get hit. I don't know, but
it might just be a jab.
Exactly. So I hope those people have insurance, whoever takes up that job. Applications are out, y'all. So if you want to be on it, it's going to be on the CW. They take in applications now. And it has to be pairs. Oh my God, what if we were on it as a pair? Oh my God, that would be something.
You know, I would say it could work because we're both really tall. We're both smart. I think we could really like get it in tandem.
You know what? We might have to apply. You heard it here first.
That would be really fun.
Because we're both fans of it and we know the deal, how it goes.
And it wouldn't be like messy reality TV. Well, I mean, it would be messy because we'll probably get slimed, but I think it would be an honor to get slimed.
I think so too. Like, I am a child of nostalgia right now anyway. I might go look that up.
Yeah, we gotta look that up. Let's apply and just see what happens.
Right, I'll send it to you.
Wendy Williams' boyfriend has publicly broken up with her. And she wants to say he's childish for putting out a statement. I would just want everybody to know I was no longer dating a crackhead. I'd want everyone to know that I have regained my senses and have moved on.
Right. I think the story wouldn't have even been a story if he didn't say anything. I think he felt kind of hurt that this maybe Wendy broke it off.
Well, she didn't need to tell anybody. She just got divorced and you were dating him for 3 weeks.
Right, exactly. And I think she saw it as that. This is like, oh yeah, I mean, this was some fun. We weren't dating. Well, we weren't in a relationship. So there wasn't a need to announce it. And I can see that. Like, I'm actually on Wendy's side on this one. If I'm dating somebody and I don't talk to them anymore, and after 3 dates, we weren't official. So why should it be an announcement?
Because they were Instagram official and y'all were all booed up on your page.
That's true.
And you put everything out in the street. It would be one thing if like they caught you, leaving Cipriani and you were just having a dinner and you said this was just a good friend and the press decided to run with it. You were all booed up, taking photos every 5 minutes. So now he has to deal with all the people asking him, what's going on with Wendy? How are you and Wendy? So that's why he put out a statement. That's why she didn't need to put her business in the street. She could have kept that private until, you're engaged. Porsha kept her whole affair secret until she was engaged.
Let's not call it an affair just yet. An entanglement.
An entanglement. An engagement entanglement. Stacey Abrams says she will definitely run for president.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. And her book is getting optioned into a movie. I didn't know she was an author.
Yeah, she does it all.
I'm like, I gotta read her book now. How does she find the time? You literally saved the Senate, saved America, saved democracy, and had time to write a New York bestseller that got optioned for a TV show? Well, you're a Black woman, so why should I be surprised at the excellence?
I do want her to run for governor, though, honestly, because they really trying to make it harder to vote in Georgia right now, especially with that loser in office right now, Brian Kemp.
I would love her to do the governorship that she was supposed to get, and then just go right to the presidency. Go right to the because we need you. We need you there.
And you saw Keisha Lance Bottoms was like, you niggas can fend for yourself. I am done. Like, I feel like they really did put her through the ringer, and she didn't even want another term. Like, you rarely see that. Usually they want another term. She was just like, I'm out. I am out.
After dealing with Atlanta being open all through the VI and trying to protect so many people in her state, in her city, and nobody listening, I understand. She's like, I did the best I possibly could. Y'all are, I can't defend a city that cannot defend itself.
No shade to Atlanta.
Shade to Atlanta. They ran Keisha Lance Bottoms out. They ran her off. I'm sorry, shade to Atlanta.
Well, on that note.
I'll see you sooner than Porsha sees an original engagement ring.
And I'll see you sooner than Kenya finds new business.
Or her own.
Right.